Hi Aries, my name is Lisa Saliba and welcome to your July Tarot and Oracle card reading. For those who don't know me, I am a CTC therapist and a Reiki therapist. Today I'll be using the giant RIDER-WAITE tarot deck. They're huge. They're very hard to shuffle, but I love using them anyway because I can see them. And to clarify, I'll be using the Elemental Oracle card deck. Sorry about this. And sorry about the shine there, the reflection. For those who haven't tuned in with me before, I usually meditate with my spirit guides before I pre-shuffle. And I have a message for you, my beautiful Aries. It came in the form of 2 songs. Let me see. Funny enough, it was last Christmas by Wham, which was from the 80s, George Michael. And Christmas in July, just think of it that way. And another song, I've Been Waiting for a Girl Like You by Foreigner. I think that's another 80s song. I think they're both 80s. Anyway, listening to both of these songs, I had the just feeling that somebody's been hurt in the past, very badly by somebody else, and they're waiting for somebody special, or they've found that somebody special in you. Okay, this is somebody new. So it could be vice versa. Somebody's found something special, that attribute, your heart, your looks, your charm. I can go on about you, Aries. Or you've found something special in them. Okay? Certain qualities. Let me see. I've written some more notes. Or you've been waiting for something new to happen in your life. You've just been waiting and waiting. This could be about a job. Maybe I have the feeling that opportunities are coming in for you, Aries, whether it does have to do with a job opportunity. And maybe from these 2 songs, it could be a new relationship. It doesn't have to be in love. It could be new friendships coming to the fore. So endings and new beginnings. It is happening for everybody this coming months. You are ending with all of the readings that I've done. You are having endings and new beginnings. It is happening. It is happening now. Okay? So let me explain this spread. You have your recent past energy, your present energy, your course of action, and your outcome. Okay? And I have a few more oracles. Not all of these, just a few to clarify at the end. And trust me, you want to stay at the end, the second half of the reading, because it's even better. It's even better. It clarifies everything. Okay, in your recent past, Aries, you have the 10 of Wands. 10s indicate the wheel of fortune, endings and new beginnings. And Wands are all about journeys, creativity. And look at this person is, carrying, he's got such a burden. And usually the 10 of Wands can represent a leader. You may be a leader in your job. You may have your own business. We could be talking about the head of the family here. It doesn't have to be in business. Where you have just too many responsibilities, too much to carry. Okay, it could be a heavy burden on you. So this is in your recent past. There could have been a heavy burden within your job. All these responsibilities. You could have been supervising. You could have been a supervisor. You could have been a carer for your parents or caring for your children, your whole family. It could have been just taking a toll on you. Okay, so many different responsibilities. You were like an octopus. You know, your arms were just stretched. Too many different, or you took on too many different responsibilities or too many projects at the one time, Aries. But with the number 10, it actually, when I was shuffling, it came out like this. But I asked Spirit whether they wanted it to be upright or in reversal. And they told me upright. So you could have completed, with the number 10, whatever you needed to complete at that time. Underneath that, in your recent past, you have the 5 of Swords in reversed. Now, usually in reverse, this means whether it's you or somebody around you. Remember, this doesn't have to be your energy. This could have to do with somebody within your environment or your vicinity holding on to resentment, or that held on to resentment, that wanted to forgive. Swords represent truth, clarity, communication, and knowledge, okay? Upright, this talks about just someone being a little bit sneaky, going out and getting what they want to get. Very dedicated to getting what they want to get. Perseverance to getting what they want to get. But it came out in reverse. It didn't come out upright. So in reversed, you were holding, or someone within your vicinity was holding on to some resentment. It could have been an air sign because swords are air. So this could have been a Libra, an Aquarius, or a Gemini. Okay, you could have been dealing with one of these people. And they could want to apologise. They could have wanted, this is in your recent past, or maybe it's still happening. They might want to apologise, or you might want to apologise to somebody. You might want to let go of that resentment, or vice versa. Somebody might want to let go of some sort of anger or sadness or resentment towards you, or vice versa. You know, when you're hanging on to some sort of hurt or pain, it doesn't have to be resentment, it doesn't have to sound that harsh, but some sort of hurt or pain, and you just want to release it, you just want to let go of it. This is the kind of energy in your recent past. So you had that burden, that heavy burden on you in the recent past. That energy was going on, that heavy burden. and maybe because of this, something was weighing too much on you, and it needed to be released. Maybe hurt, anger, maybe it's connected, maybe it's not. To clarify, you've got adventure, south. Yeah, Spirit is encouraging you that if you are working on a project, a new project, or maybe it may have been an older project, maybe you need to complete something. Maybe something in your recent past needed completion, or needs to be completed. It needs to be reassessed, whether it could have something to do with a contract. Maybe you need to go over a contract. Maybe you need to rewrite it. It could have something to do with a school project. Maybe you need to go over it. And this also has something to do, because it says adventure. Venture out into new territory. Go out, take a risk, and do something new. You never know who you might bump into. New people. You can network with different people. And this is where the ideas and inspiration come into the fore. Once you complete something, you begin something new. And you plant that new seed with those new ideas and inspirations. Go on to unfamiliar territory. And I think that's what you'll begin to do. In your present energy, you have the 8 of Swords upright. The 8 represents the Strength card in the tarot reading. And as I said before, swords represent truth, clarity, knowledge and communication. But this, as you can see, this woman is blindfolded, and there's something that you're not seeing. Some of you could be self-critical of yourself, or it may not even be you. It could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be a co-worker. Okay, it could be an air sign. It doesn't have to be an air sign. Air could be within their chart, could be within your chart. You could be going through a hard time at present. But this looks like it's self-imposed thinking. It's a self-imposed way of being. Whether it's toxic, it's negative, it's the way, it's your belief system, it's how you perceive yourself and how you perceive others and how you perceive the world. It's probably, some of you, this is some, remember it's a general reading, some of you may perceive yourself in a negative light. Okay, in a negative light. Only very little of you probably. And you have to understand that in order to fix that, you have to reframe the way that you think. You know, it's good to say, I am who I am, and what I am is wonderful. That kind of affirmation. I am who I am, and what I am is wonderful. In the mirror. But you got to believe it from your... Sorry, Aries, I'm just trying to get comfortable in my chair. And it's not only that, it may be something that you're not seeing because you're blindfolded here from another person. It may be something that you are missing, that you are not seeing clearly. You're not getting that, because swords represent clarity. You're not gaining that clarity. There's something that you're missing. It's just like what I said from this card reading. Here, there may be something that you're missing. Maybe reassess a contract, or maybe this could be from another person. Or maybe this is from yourself. You don't see your true worth. You are worthy. Okay? It could be from a number of things. Underneath you have the Emperor. Now the Emperor is, to some, he's a fatherly-like figure. You could be dealing with a fatherly figure. You could be dealing with a leader. Okay, it could be your boss. Doesn't have to be he. Could come out just the energy of the Emperor, just like the energy of a king. Just like, when you get the king, it doesn't mean that it has to be a male energy. Or when you get the energy of the queen, it doesn't have to be a female energy. It could be a male energy. Okay? But, but usually this is a fatherly type figure who is a leader. And this talks about order and structure, leadership and building and progress, and order and structure. Values and beliefs. Order, structure, and building. Okay. Maybe creative endeavors. You're building something. Okay, let me clarify this. I'm trying to connect the dots here with your present energy. Attraction, magnetism. Okay. Yes, you may be building something. Maybe this has to do with your own business. Or maybe this just has to do with a creative project. Or maybe this is just everyday life, friendships, community, everything. A spirit is asking you to be cautious of who it is that you attract, to notice who it is, what kind of people, things that you attract into your life. Notice what sort of events, what sort of, what should I say? How should I say? Invitations. Who from? What kind of people are drawn to you? What kind of people are drawn to you? What do they talk about? Are they positive? Are they negative? Do you intend to attract people of that nature? Because sometimes we do that unintentionally, like really we do that, unintentionally, but sometimes we have the power to attract anything that we want to attract, or anyone. But most of us want to have that positivity in our life. Most of us are drawn to positive people in our life because we just want that. We just want that light. Look at this little boy. We just want to be next to that light, next to that positive person, next to the good, next to the goodness, and not the toxicity. Okay? And if you're good, people are naturally going to be drawn to you like that. But at the same time, you don't want them to suck the life out of you. You know what I mean? You need to protect yourself. Okay? And with this card, maybe this is where you need to be careful of someone. Okay? They may be too dependent on you. That's what I just heard. They may be too. This could be a friend, could be a family member, could be a new friend coming in. They may be too dependent on you. This could be a family member that, you know, that likes this structure, this order, a little bit controlling. Trying to figure. One moment, please, Aries. I'm just getting more. Yeah, there are some people that look for people on their same wavelength. Like if you're, what I mean by wavelength, things that you have in common with, more in common with, like if you're divorced or something, you'll look for, you probably will, attract a group of divorced people to talk to because you have that in common and you'll share your experience and it'll be helpful to you to share those experiences because people will understand. But if you don't want to hang around that anymore, if you don't want to listen to that anymore, you might be drawn to somebody maybe that does healing work, or you could do that at the same time. It differs for everybody. Yeah. It's just like going to rehab when you're drinking. Yeah. Maybe I didn't explain that right. I'm sorry. Anyway, for course of action, you have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay. Queen of Swords upright. You could be dealing with another air sign. Okay, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Okay. Maybe you have a lot of air signs around you, or it could be in your chart. Swords again. Yeah, the Queen is very blunt. As you can see, the hand is there. Very blunt, very direct, tells the honest truth, because that's what swords are all about. Telling the truth, giving good advice, and very encouraging, good advice, very smart, knowledgeable, and with this in reversed, you got a person that's reserved, feeling very withdrawn and reserved. Okay, not talking much. Maybe feeling a bit lost. Okay, maybe you or somebody within your vicinity, within your environment, whether it has to do with work, that has to do with family or friend or a partner, is feeling lost or reserved, or not talking much, or feeling sad, or feeling unbalanced. Spirit doesn't want you to feel that way, because Spirit wants you to have that success. This is under course of action. You could be dealing with a Leo. Leo might be coming in to help you. The Sun, joy, success, happiness. But what you have to do is, with the Star, you have to trust and you have to have faith. Okay? You do this by trusting and by having faith in the universe. That's how you do that by. And with whatever's happened in your life, for some of you, whether you've had a divorce, whether you've gone to court, whether you've had a conflict, you've been in a conflict within the family dynamic, or at work, where there's been conflict at work, you will receive justice. There will be fairness just by trusting and by having faith and by surrendering and by letting go or asking for forgiveness, whatever the situation is. Letting go of that control and trusting in the universe. And communication, clear communication. Maybe something was unfair in the past, but by working on it, by communicating, see, somebody's not communicating properly up here with the Queen of Swords in reverse. They're not communicating. Could be an air sign, could be you, could be somebody else. It doesn't have to be an air sign. They're not communicating properly, if not at all. If not, it's I didn't want to say this, but it's a bit of a cold energy, okay? But with clear communication, you will feel the joy, the happiness, and you'll receive your justice if you handle this carefully. To clarify, you have the rain. Now this is cleansing. Look at that, that's cleansing, letting go of what no longer serves you. You have the potential for growth. Look, planting that seed and watching it grow. That's beautiful. Just let me get that energy. Sorry, let me just get comfortable, please. Sorry. Yeah, just release what no longer serves you. Letting go of your old views, your old ways of being, your old belief system. Letting go of that and starting anew. Yeah, so somebody here has to let go of their old belief system, their old ways of being, their view on a person or a certain subject. It's their perception. It's their perception. They have to reframe the way they see things. In your outcome, you've got the Empress in reversed. Okay, upright, the Empress talks about fertility, giving birth to something new. Okay, whether it could be a creative project, anything, or physically giving birth. But in reverse, this talks about, this could be a motherly figure, being dependent. Doesn't have to be a motherly figure, but somebody being dependent on somebody else. Or it could be a motherly figure that's nosy, very nosy, shouldn't say nosy, overly protective, overly caring. It's very overly, okay? That smotherliness. Doing it out of love, doing it out of love. This could be you, or could be somebody, it could be somebody, it could be your mother. Could be your mother, it could be a friend with good intentions, okay? It's always somebody with good intentions, wanting to love you, wanting to take care of you, okay, with the energy of the Empress. All right? Having your best interests at heart. That's in your outcome. And with that, you got the Temperance. This represents balance, cleansing. It's having that faith, having that trust, hope. When I see that, faith, trust, hope. Even though you have that with the star, you have faith and trust. When I see Temperance, I see that as well. And I see cleansing and I see balance. But you got that in reverse. So it's mainly been a little bit out of balance. And that comes with the codependency person that's around you. Underneath that, I'll go to this card next to Temperance. I had to clarify Temperance and the Empress. You got the Ten of Cups in reverse. Now this represents happiness, contentment, the family, success, joy. The home life, everything. But this represents, for some of you, your dreams that didn't come quite to fruition. The dreams that you had, there were delays, okay? Maybe it's all in divine timing. Maybe this wasn't your time, so you've become quite frustrated because your dreams didn't happen at this time. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just means that it wasn't your time at this present moment. Maybe there was a certain conflict that happened. Disharmony within the family, that's what I heard. For some of you, remember it's a general reading, disharmony within the family. That's why you're feeling a little bit out of balance, and that's why there's a bit of dependency from somebody else, maybe a member of the family, or maybe a friend that's concerned about you. Could be vice versa or whatever. Okay, a bit of disharmony within the family, or a creative project or something that you had been working on wasn't fulfilled. Underneath that, you have the Five of Pentacles upright. This represents being left out in the cold. This is about health. Pentacles are all about health, wealth, and abundance. You could be dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. It doesn't have to be. But as I said, it's about upright. It's about feeling left out in the cold, maybe financial difficulty. Just loss or grief about something. Okay, feeling sad about something. That disharmony that we're talking about, that sadness, that heartbreak. But that came in reverse in your outcome. It talks about healing. So you're healing from sadness. It also talks about generosity as well, maybe doing some voluntary work or whatever. But it also talks about healing. Improvements being made. That's what I heard. Healing and improvements being made. So it could be within the family, the work environment, the surrendering, forgiveness happening between whatever conflict that's been going on, and you'll get your justice. Whether it's in court, within the family dynamic, within the workplace, or within yourself, that battle within yourself, Aries. Okay, completion, West. This is to clarify that. Spirit is encouraging you, to complete something, finish, encouraging you to finish. This doesn't apply to all, but don't be afraid of endings. Okay, we need to end to begin anew. Don't be afraid to walk into the dark, because we need to walk through the dark in order to see the light. Okay, and this coincides with taking that risk to walk into unfamiliar territory. So complete what you need to complete. Okay, finish off. And it just coincides with what we've been talking about. Connect that last piece of the puzzle and see what magic happens next. Okay, now to clarify with new deck of cards. I think I used them last month. Sacred Traveller by Denise Lynn. Okay, to clarify the spread for Aries, for the zodiac sign for Aries for July 2021. Please, Spirit, any words of wisdom, advice for the zodiac sign of Aries, please. Clarifying the spread for the zodiac sign of Aries, for the zodiac sign of Aries. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for your patience, Aries, once again. Whoa. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, fantastic. Thank you. Okay, the first one. Staying focused. Hold the course. Okay. Stay focused. Try not to have, as I was saying before at the beginning of the reading, some of you may have too many, creative projects or too many things to do at the one time. Try and stay focused on the one project at a time, okay? Stay focused, all right? You're like an octopus sometimes, doing too many things at once, and therefore your mind is all over the place and you just don't know what to do. Stay focused on the one thing that's important to you, okay? Let go of what no longer serves you, so your energy can be on that one special thing or subject or whatever. You can't use up all your energy on things that do not matter. Answering the call. The time is now. Yes, the time is now to take some action. And you know how to do that, Aries. You're very good at that. Action is your forte. Better than all the other signs. Actually, it's not talking about action. Answering the call. This should go after this. Doesn't make sense. Finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. Oh yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah. This encourages you to go within as well, to find answers that you need to find. Spending time alone as well is very important, so you can gain that clarity that you're lacking. Okay? Because you were lacking some clarity, or someone around you was lacking clarity. Either you meditate or you even keep a journal and write in that journal, communicate with nature, go out for raw walks. Even if you have a pool, spend some time walking around the pool or swimming. Yeah, it's very good. Do some groundwork, take off your shoes and walk on the grass. You'll gain that clarity that you need. Great adventure, take a risk and venture forward. Yeah, what we were talking about, taking risks and venture forward onto the unknown, onto new territory. But first you must complete what you're doing for some of you, so you can start anew. Okay? And one more. Thank you for your patience. One more, which is the Goddess Power. For Aries, words of wisdom, advice for Aries for July 2021. To clarify this spread, please, Spirit. Clarification for this spread for Aries. For Aries, for Aries, for Aries. Clarification of the spread for Aries, please, Spirit. For Aries for July 2021. Words of wisdom. Clarification. I think someone else got this. Okay. Compassion. Compassion, that's beautiful. I'll just read from the book so I don't get it wrong. Number 27. Compassion is what's needed right now to help you release perfectionism and defensiveness. The purpose of compassion is to help reduce suffering in the world. So be mindful not to judge yourself or others too harshly as you stumble through life's obstacle course. In fact, tuning into the energy of compassion and kindness almost instantly eradicates the stirred up energy of controlling thoughts and knee-jerk behaviors. The Chinese goddess of compassion, Qiang gently nudges you to ask yourself this question: what would kindness do in this situation? If you approach everything with that in mind, you will discover solutions and new paths unfolding before you. In fact, living with compassion as you guide really changes everything, right down to the products you buy and the food you eat. Today, make kindness a priority. The world will be a better place, and you will feel amazing as you see the miracles light up where you least expect them. Okay, alignment message. Are you feeling overwhelmed by the suffering in the world? And you can't imagine how you could make a difference? Do you feel hopeless over how we treat nature and each other? The goddess Qiang knows that this is an important time of reckoning and reordering, but wants you to be careful not to fall into a pit of despair. If you allow the media to fill your mind with a constant barrage of what's wrong in the world, you will become numb and unable to move. The good news is that your alignment task is in your alignment task. First, focus your mind locally. Your choice is not to save the whole world, but to bring your attention to where you can help. Even the smallest steps towards a greater compassion is huge. Educate yourself about cultural issues and be better and more conscious and sensitive about your choices. Lend a helping hand to someone in need. Volunteer your time and choose one act of random kindness daily to help alleviate suffering. Do what you can and make that count. Okay, well, I hope that helped, Aries, and thank you so much for your support over the months. I really, really do appreciate it. Sending much light and love to you all. Have a fantastic month and see you next time. Bye.